Alright, I kind of went ahead to begin removing all the parts and putting them on trays and separating by color. And I was like maybe halfway through cutting when I realized, wait a minute, that color doesn't look 100% right, and I may have been misjudged on the feet. So the feet and certain parts are the same color for this here. This is like a, like I said, the light tannish, what am I talking about? Like a bluish gray tone here. We have the whites here, pretty much. Oops, that goes here. This is the grayish tone. And then this is the blue. This is like the, yeah, almost like a greenish blue tone. There's a hint of green if you look. If you don't have the light hitting it, there's definitely a weird greenish tone. I may have to re-update the color palette again, or what I'm going to select for coloring. Definitely have to paint it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin the assembly of the kit. I'm going to build it first, then we'll take it apart, figure this out, see if there's any problems lying around. But I did want to talk about the gold, as you can see here. And I wanted to see something. Let's go with this one right here, because there is trim parts going right through there. And I think that is because I'm looking at the manual. Let's zoom in on this for a second. So this detail part here is kind of like almost equivalent to me maybe taking my panel line marker and putting it through, but then when you look at this, you could actually see the line, the gold there. And as I'm looking at this, okay, you know what? I thought that was like a very, very thin strip, and what it is you're actually putting one strip here that's covering the entire area, so you have the edges painted in that gold trim, which is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. So if I had, what can I say, a gold marker of some sort, I could probably pass that there, but then that would, that wouldn't look right at all. Now I did mention the purple. And I wonder, will it allow me to apply a panel lining of purple through these little notches there? I did a short video last year showing off this. This is Border. I don't think that's the name of the brand, but maybe it is. This is a product that basically is for panel lining. And wait a minute, didn't I have a tissue here? Yeah, I did. I'm gonna try a trick here. I don't know if this is gonna work. We're gonna experiment here. Get the purple paint. I'm gonna bring this camera down a bit. This is the wrong one. Wait, right one, but wrong. There we go. Bring it down, and we go here. There we go. I'm gonna attempt to use this and this. Now I know that this is meant for like washes and things like that. But what would happen if I put it through here after it paints? Which now begs the differ. If I do it, and I make a mistake, oh boy! And if I make a mistake, come on. Oh, okay, that's a lot of paint caked in there. Like I was saying, if I make a mistake, how am I going to wipe it off? I would have to like paint it then, oh, I don't know. Shit, thing is tighter is tight. Okay, I had to use hot water to heat this up and expand it. There's very little here, but I'm going to try to mix it a bit. But I'm going to use all of it. I know I used it on a kit recently, I just don't remember which one. But if I do this, then what would happen? Will it bleed in? This is just a test run. Obviously, I'll be cleaning it up. No. This is meant for washes. So even if I would have thinned this down a bit more, that's not going to work. So that means I'm going to have to do the unthinkable. I'm going to have to sorry, I'm kind of being distracted here. I'm going to have to paint it purple and then mask it off and then paint it white. That's the only brief course I see here. The only plan of action. I know that this entire area is easy to do. These thin ones are the ones that are going to bug the hell out of me. So I got to review the lining of the kit, how it looks, then paint those areas, then mask it off, and then repaint it white, if that's even possible. Or I don't paint it purple, all of it. I just paint these detail areas purple. Probably that would be a better option than just me doing a thin line. And I could probably, I was gonna say, if I had like enamel paint, that would work. So if I had purple enamel and I painted, you know, do the lining, and then I just wash it off with enamel thinner. There you go. But we don't have enamel. We have to work with what we got. Okay, so let's put this kit together to see how it looks. Give me a moment to take care of that. Okay, let us now begin with the assembly of this kit. I'm going to begin with the head and torso unit of the Gyan. First up, this part here represents the part of the head, and then this part, it goes in there. This is where the mono eye is, the little sticker that goes there. And as a matter of fact, because even though it's just going to be temporary, I'm going to put the sticker on. And then we'll remove it later on to put on the, paint it. Okay. Put that. Oopsie doopsie. Put it in there. Alright, there we go. Now, we just take this, slide that back in here, I guess, like that. And then we take this part, slide that up front, like so. There we go. And then we have the cover. It goes like that. There you go. You can barely see the little dot there. But there it is. This one's going to annoy me because it's so, even though it's strong, you can accidentally snap it off. So you got to be very careful here, especially when you want to move it and paint it or whatever. Alright, so the head is done. For the body, let me see here. I think you need, that goes like that. And this part goes here. Well, this one goes there. And my heater is kicking in right now. And we seal that up like that. Now we do a little prep work with this. Take this part. There's a notch here. Let me see. It has to go inwards. Okay. That goes there. And that goes there. Okay. And then that goes in here, like so. Ooh, I forgot a part. It happens to be the one that I need. There we go. The one that fell. So we take that, we put that through here. Then we close it up like so. Come on, open. There we go. So that's closed, and we have this detail part. There is some stickers that go here, here, and supposedly here. For now, we're going to put this on. And we have this part that goes here. Followed by this part. It goes there, and you close it up. Okay. And we have we have this. Goes there. And a nice little collar. It goes right there. And since we have the head here, let's put them on. And then there you go. That is very neat. Very, very neat. I kind of like it. Alright. Let's now move on to the next part of the build.